So today is the 33rd Sunday of Ordinary Time. There are 34 weeks total in the season of Ordinary Time. So it makes sense to say that we're nearing the end of the church year. As it gets closer to the end, the readings focus upon Jesus reminding us to prepare for the end times and for his second coming. In today's gospel, he focuses upon the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem, which will happen when the Romans destroy it in about 70 A.D. In both the gospel and also in the first reading from Malachi, we are reminded that the proud and the evildoers will be destroyed, but the faithful will be saved and will receive their reward of eternal life with Jesus. Paul's letter to the Thessalonians has a very strong message as well. St. Paul actually established the church at Thessalonica, but apparently other preachers came along after Paul and emphasized to the people and convinced them that the second coming of Jesus was going to be very soon. And as a result, many of the people of Thessalonica stopped working because they felt there was no point to continue if Jesus was going to be here very soon. This is why Paul wrote the letter to correct the teaching that they had misunderstood about the importance of continuing on the work of the church. If some people stopped working and were basically waiting for Jesus to come and save them, they were becoming a burden on the rest of the members of the Thessalonian church who were still trying to work and support those who had stopped working. Paul's message to them was that if they did not work, they should not eat. He wasn't telling them to stop eating, though. He was trying to help them understand that it was vital that they continue to work. Part of this work was contributing to the church, both financially and spiritually. Paul didn't want these people to be complacent or to be stagnant. Growth in any organization, group, family, or church is important. Churches especially have to focus upon growth so that they can expand their ministries and better serve the members of the church, especially those who cannot work or contribute. This message is important not only for the church at Thessalonica, but also for our church in the 21st century. We continue to see a decline in the number of priests and in the number of seminarians studying for the priesthood. Now more than ever, the burdens of our day-to-day ministry has fallen increasingly on the shoulders of the laity. If we want our church to continue and eventually to thrive again, it's up to all of us to take those steps to build up the church and to take a more active role in serving our parish. Nativity BVM is the cathedral parish for our diocese. This means that all of the other parishes in our diocese look up to us as the model of what the church should look like. As Catholics, living out the promises of our baptism, we are called by God to serve the church, to help the needy, and to increase our spiritual lives and well-being. Our parish supports many ministries that serve different needs of our faith community. For example, our St. Vincent de Paul Society actively assists the needy with gifts of food, clothing, energy assistance, money, and everything else that you can imagine. They are open every Tuesday morning to provide this assistance to not only parishioners, but also to anyone who is in need. Our disaster relief team always stands ready to mobilize and assist those who have been affected by hurricanes, tornadoes, and all other catastrophes of nature. Besides the social and the financial needs, There are many more spiritual needs that are out there, and our parish has several ministries that support and help to meet these needs. Our CCD program provides Catholic education to those students who do not attend Catholic schools, and also prepares these children and their parents for the reception of the sacraments of First Eucharist and First Reconciliation. Of course, our Nativity Elementary School, who is well represented here today in all of our ministries, provides a wonderful supporting Catholic education to our elementary students. And the school plays a huge part in preparing these students to move up to middle and to high school. In order to supplement the finances for our school, Nativity Elementary sponsors the weekly Tuesday night bingo that requires multiple volunteers each week, both to run the bingo and also to prepare and sell the food and drinks to the people who attend. Our school grounds also require periodic upkeep with weeding, cleaning up on the grounds, and also keeping up the flower beds on the campus. I'm sure Tracy can tell a lot more of needs that we have also. Nativity also has a Life Teen program that partners with 3 of the other local parishes in Biloxi, and they provide social, spiritual, and community service activities for our older children. And this Life team has also become more active in getting our young people involved in the liturgy and in better assuring the future of our church. Because let's face it, these young people that are here and those people that are on our Life team and that are actually on retreat this weekend, they are the leaders of our parish tomorrow. We have a wonderful RCIA program and team that provides education to those adults who are inquiring about the Catholic faith. This group guides and inspires those inquirers and helps them along a year's worth of education and Catholic formation that ultimately lead them to receiving the sacraments of initiation at the Easter Vigil Mass. Our parish has 2 wonderful and faithful groups of adult men and women who meet weekly to pray and to study the Scriptures. On Monday evenings, the women of Mary come together, and on Tuesday mornings, the men of St. Joseph meet. They share their faith and encourage each other. In addition, those who have attended a Curcio retreat also meet monthly to share their faith and talk about how they incorporate their faith and their works into their daily lives. There's always a need for more people to join these groups, and all are welcome. One group that serves both our parish and also the diocese is our wonderful music and fine arts program directed by Terry Maddox. This ministry does so much to enhance the worship services at the Cathedral on Sundays and also at the numerous diocesan events throughout the year. And I think Terry will relate, we've had a string of diocesan events in the last couple of months that they have really gone above and beyond in serving our community and our faith community. They put on special programs such as the July 4th Patriotic Celebration, and also, as Terry just told us before Mass, the number of holiday performances that will be coming up in the next few weeks. The Cathedral Choir, the Gloria in Excelsis Choir, and especially, most recently, the Youth Choir that provides music for the 5:30 Mass. Each one of them has openings for more members who would like to share their talents with our church community. Our Sunday liturgies require many volunteers to serve in the various ministries each week. At any given Mass, we need 2 to 3 altar servers, a lector, a cantor, 4 ushers, 2 greeters, and at least 1 extraordinary minister of the Eucharist. This amounts to about 12 to 13 people minimum for each Mass. And if you multiply that by 5 Masses, you get 60 to 65 volunteers that are required each weekend to serve the Mass. And this doesn't include the choir members, but our choirs serve at least 2 Masses each week. Going back to St. Paul's letter to the Thessalonians, Paul says, "Rather, we wanted to present ourselves as a model for you so that you might imitate us." All of the ministries that I've just discussed with you and many more have very dedicated members who are faithful and consistent in their service to our parish. I call on each one of you to imitate the commitment, the dedication, and the call to service that all members of our ministry team exhibit. There's a great need for more to come forward to answer the call to ministry and to service that God has for each one of us. At the rear of the church, you'll see a table of blank volunteer forms and pens. These forms list all of the ministries that our parish currently has in place. I ask all of you to pray to discern which ministry or ministries that it is that God is calling you to volunteer for. And please put your name, contact information, and the ministry or ministries that you would like to serve in. We will contact you and we'll schedule you to be a part of that particular ministry or ministries that you choose. To close, I'd like to share a quote from one of my favorite saints, Saint Teresa of Avila. Saint Teresa says, "Christ has no body on earth now but yours. No hands, no feet but yours. Yours are the eyes with which Christ looks out his compassion to the world. Yours are the feet with which he is to go about doing good. Yours are the hands with which he is to bless us now." May all of us emulate Christ in ministering to the world by focusing upon the needs of our parish and of our community. May God bless each of you this day, and may God inspire you to answer that call to ministry that is made to each one of us.